Hi, my name is Todd from Micro Center. Today we're going to be talking about hard drive defragmenting. Before we begin talking about defragmentating, let's talk about fragmentation. Here's a brief definition. Fragmentation is when data is stored onto the hard drive non-sequentially, separating the data into small pieces that are scattered across it. Huh? Let me explain. Your hard drive is an electromechanical device. It uses a read-write head to put data onto the drive and take it back off again. This head is suspended above and just below metal plates called platters by an actuator arm. These platters spin very fast, anywhere from 5400 RPM to 10,000 RPM, and there can be several platters in a single drive. Data is stored onto the platters. As the platters spin, the heads scan the surface of the drive to find the data. This process is, in the computing world, considered extremely slow. Imagine your data is like a jigsaw puzzle. Each file can be broken down into smaller chunks, like this. The computer then stores these smaller pieces onto the drive. Ideally, the data is stored sequentially, with the pieces to each file all in a line. That way, once the drive finds one piece of the file, it simply follows a line to find the rest of it. This makes it easy for the drive to find a single file, like a Word document or picture, amongst the myriad other files. But sometimes the files are not stored sequentially. They are instead scattered across the drive. Why is that, you ask? Here's why. When the user, you, delete the file from the computer, it leaves empty spaces behind. These spaces are used the next time a file will fit into that gap, but often the file is too large to fit, or, as it is used, it grows too big so that the rest must be put elsewhere. Rather than rewriting the entire file to a new location with more room, the computer puts the data that does not fit somewhere else on the drive. Here's an example. The red puzzle pieces represent data already on the disk. The empty spaces, empty space on the hard drive. The blue pieces represent a new file being saved. The file fits perfectly in the space available. Now we need to add more data to the file. Since there is no more room in the space the original file was placed, the new data is added at the end. Enough of this, and voila, you have a fragmented hard drive. This is a simplistic way to describe fragmentation, but you get the idea. So how does this affect the PC? The machine, being an electromechanical device, has to look harder for a single file than it would if it were defragmented. That means the system performance will decrease and there will be more wear on the drive. There is an exception. Many new systems come with a newer type of drive called an SSD. SSD stands for solid-state drive. These are non-mechanical drives similar to flash drives and SD cards. Therefore, they have no moving parts. Solid-state drives do not use platters or actuators. They do not rely on spinning the data underneath a read head to find it. This makes them several times faster than traditional hard disk drives. The downside to SSD is that the components that make them up wear out each time they are written to, so every time an area is reused, it degrades a little bit. For this reason, solid-state drives should not be defragmented. Also, they do not suffer from traditional fragmentation, so defragmenting would not be advantageous. So how do we defrag? Good question. Windows can do it all by itself. Before you begin, make sure you close all open programs. You should not try to use the PC while running a defragment. Log on as an administrator. You cannot use the defragmenting software otherwise. And make sure you have plenty of time for the system to be down. This can be a long process. Go to Start, click on My Computer, right-click on Local Disk and the drive letter of the drive you'd wish to defragment. Go to Properties, select the Tools tab, and click on Defragment Now. One more time. Start, My Computer, right-click on local disk and the drive letter you wish to use, and then go to Properties. Go to Tools, and then Defragment Now. If you wish to see if your computer needs to be defragmented, simply click on Analyze. This will determine if the drive needs to be defragmented or not. Otherwise, simply click on Defragment to begin the process. Then wait. If all goes well, you should be set in a few hours. Thank you for watching.